Hello everybody. This video is for those who cannot find anyone around them to form a team, or there is no one who shares the same dream, passion as you. Because in this video you will see the progress of the Aura project and how you can start using it very, very soon. What is Aura? Aura is a social network where people form an internet community to build something together. With Aura, you can find people who support you in your dream chasing. But first, let me start from the earlier history so it will give you a bit more context to understand the current situation. The first version of Aura was released in March of 2024. It was a 3D browser with AI, an integrated social network that allowed users to customize or automate some of the web applications. Then we decided to rewrite it by focusing much more on the social media aspect. In the second iteration, we started modeling a development model that comprehensively captures all stages of the project development. Think of it as an extended version of Agile. We called it a LUNCTA model. Then we launched our second prototype, a forum at forum.aura.foundation. This forum follows this LUNCTA model, but our forum didn't have high user retention, so we began to work on the next stage. As a side project, we also created a mechanism to customize a game of our client. In this customization through Aura technology, a player could turn their NFTs into the game character as they like. Now we are working on the third iteration of the Aura client. It has the first necessary functionality to do the baby steps towards your goal. As ancient Chinese proverb says, 强烈之性始于足下, which translated as a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Without further ado, let's show the demo. When you open the app, you first see the logos scene. Here, you can share with the world your dreams, goals, and ideas. Let's go by an actual example. I will start using Aura to realize one of my top 3 dreams in the world. I had an idea to make a game about nomadic people. My goal was to change the negative perception of nomadic cultures or their neglect through the arts. So let me add my dream to the logos scene. The title will be Game that shows the nomadic worldview. I imagined that it was set in the 11th century's Middle East. It's set in the Seljuk Empire, because Seljuks are one of the few examples where nomads and sedentaries were not enemies, but collaborators. I wanted to be a 3D action RPG game similar to Witcher series to make it more appealing to the larger audience. In this RPG, a person creates his game character that starts as a slave. Throughout the game's story, he can climb up to become a king of the Romans, Arabs, and Persians. So this is my idea, and let me post it. As you see, the idea appeared as the most recent card. If I will open the Aura forum, I will see my post was duplicated there as well. By duplicating the post on Aura forum, I am able to read my posts without downloading the client. The second step after idea posting is to write the user scenario, and it will go to the Aurora, to the second scene. In the beginning, you have to wait a bit until AI generates the first draft of the user scenario that matches the idea you selected. Because writing a user scenario on a blank page is much harder, while having a template is easier to formulate the scenario. In this situation, using AI is ideal because AI models are trained on large amounts of data. Therefore, we can assume that the generated user scenario most certainly reflects the ordinary people's reaction to the idea as it's described. Once the user's scenario generated, let me adjust it a bit. I think this game will be more popular in the Middle East especially in Turkey, because Turkish people also have a nomadic background, which they are profoundly proud of. So my ideal user who plays it is here Turkish to nature. Once the user scenario is completed, I click to post and our scenario is posted. As you see, it appeared in the Aurora scene. If I go to Ara forum, I'll see that the user scenario duplicated here as well, just like the Logos idea. The third stage of idea development is Meydan, a launchpad. Meydan is a place where a user plans their budget, gets their resources, forms a team, and a community for the project. Very important note to say is that a person who ever starts their project plan will be the leader of the maintainers. He is responsible for the success and the development of the project. I want to name the game as Sword and Pen because it reminds the warriors and sedentary craftsmen's collaboration during the Seljuk Empire. For the tech stack, we will be using Unity game engine as well as the Go language for the backend. To share the data, we'll be using a UDP protocol and Google Protobuf for message serialization. For designing the 3D models, we will be using Blender, Substance Painter, and Substance Designer. These are the first technology stack that we will use, but there would be much more things to add. The development of Sword and Pen will cost at least $10 million, and it will take about 4 years to complete. As for sharing their source code, I will be using GitLab, while for the testing to see the progress, we will use the Sword and Pen.araf.foundation subdomain name. But first, let me create the GitLab repository before I will post it here. Another important note is that a community of the project is represented by crypto technology. Why do we use crypto here? Firstly, it allows people to invest in your idea. But how the investors can trust you? Well, using crypto technology allows us to make the interaction more transparent and gives their budget control to the investor themselves. And if you think that I behave badly or going behind their schedule, then the token holders can change their maintainers, which in my case would never happen. As for the project's community, I want to name this token of ownership as Ulema, in short ULM. I think the best total supply would be about 10 million ULM tokens for $4 million. Lastly, before confirming, I have to tell to potential investors what they will get for investing. The owners of the game get the monthly dividends that's between 20 to and 80% of the game revenue. Lastly, when everything is ready, I click on deploy. I have to wait a bit until the contracts that specify the rules of this community are deployed on the blockchain network. After the deployment, any rules of this community is available to change by its token holders only. Here. Now, after a few seconds, the community is created, and let me be the first owner of this game. I will be investing a $1 and click on the Own button. After completion, I became the first owner of the project. They are Blockchain Explorer, which tracks all the transactions that occur in the network. From the profile page, I copy the address. Then I look for the transactions initiated by my wallet address. The last transaction is a deposit of money to the project's treasury. I see that I spent $1, which is 1-to-1 pegged with the US dollar, while I get for that about 3 ULM tokens. Let's go to the client. The next scene is Act, followed by Sankha. Those scenes aren't ready yet. In the following updates, I will keep you informed about them too. Act will be like a chat, Trello, and knowledge base such as Notion or Obsidian, while Sanka will be like a team management, budget management, chat of the community, and the dashboard that shows the infographics of the project progress. For now, we have the first three scenes only: Logos for ideas, Aurora for scenarios, and Maidan for a launchpad. Once the Aura is live, which will be very soon, I invite you to post your thoughts as well. Don't be scared that someone will steal your idea, because if you don't speak it loudly, you won't find your tribe that goes on the same direction as you. That's all for today. Thanks for your watching. If Aura project resonated with you and want to get a try of Aura, please subscribe, share, and like this video. Bye.